Alright, what is up, Transformer fans? This is the video review of Transformers Prime Beast Hunter Cyberverse Legion Class Airachnid. This is a toy I've been looking forward to getting for a while because I've heard that the Deluxe sucks and that the actual Cyberverse toy is better than a $12 figure. So the $5 figure is better than the $12 figure. So let's take a look at why. I don't have the bigger one, but I'm pretty sure I can narrow it down. She comes with the bow. This is the first bow I've gotten for Cyberverse. I'm sure there are plenty more to come, especially with the Abominus guys. And once again, I'm unprepared. Let me step over here. It is called the Nova Stinger bow. So, there's that. It's pretty interesting. It's got a peg hole, peg, hole, peg. So, and from the way, this can be held as a pickaxe, a regular bow, or a crossbow. So that's pretty neat. Probably my favorite of the weapons, you know. If I was to compare the three, I would say that the bow, here, let me connect them all together. Let's see here. The bow is probably my favorite out of these three. You know, it just has more uses than any of these together. So I'll probably get sick of it after I get a bunch of them, but for now, these are the three Cyberverse weapons, completing the trio. There we go. Anyway, here's Airachnid in her helicopter mode. Very cool. The underside is actually really sleek, except for a couple bits that are to be expected because this is a Cyberverse toy. But it looks really cool because, I'm going to have to squat down and see how it's coming across on camera. It looks like a little helicopter. It looks like a little Nighthawk, Black Hawk stealth chopper. A gripe I can go ahead and get out of the way is that these end up being her bug arms. I would have been much happier if they just would have left these as helicopter blades because they look a little odd with spines sticking out of them that cannot be aerodynamic. However, there's a cool thing about these blades is the fact that they can pop off. And it actually is a Cyberverse weapon with the point, the little 3mm clip point, and now you have an Airachnid submarine. So that's cool. That's pretty neat that the blades can come off. That's something I didn't expect them to do. It just involves them molding an extra bunch of pieces, instead of having it all together. So that's something they didn't have to do, but they did. So she is all black with gold stuff from robot mode. Silver all on the cockpit. It's got that really cool web detailing on the cockpit. It's a shiny silver and a shiny purple Decepticon logo there on the front. So she is mostly black. So that's awesome. Now you can transform her with the blades on. The instructions don't say to take them off, but you can if you want to. I'm not. To transform her, there's really cool engineering in this. What you want to do is go get your thumb under here, and you take this flap, and this flap right here. It's hard to tell because she's black. All of her's black. You flip it up. On the other side, you take this panel, you untab it, and you flip it up. And then you want to make sure that you line it up to where these panels are folded up to where two helicopter blades are up top, and then one is sticking down on the back. And when they're folded up completely, it locks the helicopter blades from going anywhere. Then what you want to do is take the nose cone, or the nose bit of the helicopter. Focus. Flip it up. Her head is up inside there. But then before you fold the head down, you want to take the legs, kind of split them apart, get them out of the way. And you can see there's kind of panel lines right here. You get up in there, and you kind of just pull them out. It's really weird. It's really weird the way you do it. But you pull these panels out from underneath, out to the side, and those are her arms. You can see where I pulled them from. There's that hollow cavity. They're just tucked up in there, and they're flesh against the side of the helicopter. So it's really interesting the way you do that. Then you take her head, and this whole backpack piece is on a hinge now that you've cleared out that space. This can hinge, and there's a tab, and you kind of flip it forward, and you lock it into place. But you got to get her little silver or gold bits over the top of the chest. It's really weird the way it all lines up, but it does end up lining up. And then you can just kind of stand her up. And there you have Airachnid in her robot mode. Very neat. She looks okay. It looks a lot better than the Deluxe in many ways because she has a more feminine posture to her with just a little bit of kibble. but she does feel like a girl. She doesn't feel like a stocky, male-looking robot. So she does have the feminine proportions, which is good. I mean, I'd like for the girl Transformer to look like a girl, you know. She's pretty small, actually, compared to her arch rival among the Decepticons, Soundwave. He's a small toy to begin with, but she's just a little bit taller than he is if you don't count this kibble bit. If you count that kibble bit, she's a lot taller. So, but her head-to-head, she's just a little bit taller than he is. So, and here she is with a Viacon Trooper. You can see, you know, she's just really small. I mean, she's tall, but she's not wide, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Her weapon in her hand is a little awkward because the way her hand is sculpted. I have yet to get it to stay the way I want it to, just because of how awkward it is. There's Pickaxe. That's a little bit better now that I've played with it a little bit. I kind of get a feel of what I want with the hand here. There's regular bow, and then there's crossbow. I think this weapon is very befitting of her because she is a hunter, and a bow just seems like a weapon a hunter would have instead of a machine gun that would pulverize the victims because she collects her specimens. So, you know, yeah, but I'm not going to overanalyze that. The instructions say to pop this off and tab it in up here above her head. However, go gadget helicopter hat. I'm just telling you right now, this looks goofy. And I mean, it was cooler when Inspector Gadget did it, and that was saying something, because the helicopter hat has always been a goofy looking thing. So I leave her little arms on the back here as the blades. However, if you want, you can attach them to her shoulder and kind of use them as a rotating shield, like the Bruticus blades. So there's that. Now there's a lot this toy offers. I got to do her posability. Her head is locked into place. However, if you do untap it, you can get her to do some looking up and stuff. But it is hard to get it lined back up. Ball joints on the shoulder, ball joints at the hip, and then just a little teeny tiny bit of motion there in the knee. So that's that. This video is already running really long. I don't know why, but here I already compared her to somebody. I'm tired. But anyway, there's a lot you can do with this figure. I'm really surprised at how versatile it is and how much thought they put into this little one, considering how I've seen the big one. I haven't played with it, but I've seen it. So I really would, if you're in the mood for an Airachnid, I'd pick her up. So anyway, thanks for viewing this video, and goodbye.